Hello viewers, welcome to UN Autonomous College. Today we are going to discuss about a new concept that is known as directory management in Unix operating system. Now we can focus on a slide. Here in this slide we are going to discuss about different parts of directories, like we are mentioning here, that is a different outlines related to our topic. What is the real use of that directory in our Unix system? Then we are learning home directory, what is the real implementation of that home directory. Then we are learning what is the real use of that absolute or relative path names, and how to listing some directories in our operating system. Then how to create more than one directories according to user requirements. Next we are going to discuss about what are the different outlines are related to our topic. Here we know that a directory is a file that solo job of which is to store the file names and the related information regarding our operating system. All the files, whether ordinary or special or any directory, are contained in the directories. That means we know that in our directories we can store multiple number of files, that may be your ordinal files, or we can say some special relevant files. Means ordinary files, that may be your normal text file, image file, any other relevant file. Some special files also we can store in that directories according to user requirements. But here inside a directory we can also keep more than one directories is also possible. That's why it is known as a directory management system. Here next we are going to discuss what is the real use of that Unix, and that Unix uses a hierarchical structure for organizing files and directories in it. So this structure is often referred to as a directory tree, and the tree has a single root node. So that single root node must be denoted in the form of that is known as a slash character, and that is known as a forward slash character, and all other directories are contained below it. So that means according to user requirement which is be mentioned in that root form, in that root form is always distinguished according to the form of our forward slash, and here that slash specially used to make more than one directories according to its requirement. That means inside a directory, suppose we have another directory, if a user want to enter to that directory which is present in that that is known as a main directory folder, in that moment we can click on the main directory, then we can click on the subdirectory, then we are getting like a format that is slash. According to that slash we are easily mention some technique here, so that in that slash formation helps to differentiate more than one documents or more than one directories according to its requirement. Now we can focus on a slide. In this slide we are already mentioned that slash character specially used to make differentiate between different types of directories or different types of files which are present inside that directory. Now we are going to discuss about the next concept, that is known as home directory concept. Then what is the real use of that home directory concept? Here the directory in which you find yourself when you first log in is called your home directory. That means the first directory is known as a main directory, or you can say home directory. We need to first of all log into that home directory. If a user log into that home directory, we can easily get some files, and that files must be maintained through user requirements. So you will be doing much of your work in your home directory and subdirectories, so that you will be creating to organize your files, and you can go in your home directory anytime using following commands like cd. And here we are using like a prompt that is known as a $sign, and that $sign is used as a prompt. Then you are writing your cd. Cd means it is always denoted to one prompting, and that prompting helps to enter to the home directory format, so that you can go in your home directory anytime, there is no problem. But you must use this kind of command like $sign, then cd, then tilde symbol. By using that command we can easily enter into our home directory section. Here the tilde indicates the home directory. Suppose you have to go in other directory as a user's home directory, then use like command. Suppose you are writing your command prompt like symbol $sign, then you are writing your cd. Cd helps to enter into that directory. That may be your predefined directory which is available in our home, in our operating system. Otherwise you can write a name. That name must be user defined directory, but it is considered as a home directory. Then we can write that name. Here that home directory name written as username, and that username is known as a home directory in our system. Next we are writing here, to go in your last directory you can use the following command. If a user want to move forward to the last directory, suppose in a specific drive we have more than one directories, and that directories are organized in an organizing manner, that may be related directories or unrelated directories. In that moment, if a user want to choose a home directory, in that moment we can use a tilde symbol. If a user want to move directly to the last directory of a system, in that moment we can use as a dash. That means we can write here $sign is known as a Unix prompt, then we write here cd, then we can write dash symbol, which is known as a special character. By using that syntax, we can directly move forward to the last directory of a specific drive. So in this way we can use our directory management in our Unix system, so that it is a general way of management. There is no any complexity due to use of that commands. By the help of these commands, to make our system more secure, because we never use any type of like extraordinary clicking, like you can use a mouse and you can move to one directory to another directory by clicking it, but through command we are opening some directories, we are moving some directories, whatever. By using that way of movement we are making our system more secure. Now we can focus on a slide. In this slide already I mentioned here, like last directory and first directory means the home directory, that home directory is already open through like tilde, and last directory always open through like dash. Next we are going to discuss what is the real use of that absolute or relative path names. Here some directories are arranged in hierarchy and with root like your slash, that is known as a forward slash at the top. Without that forward slash we never get that hierarchy of a specific directory, so that the position of any file within the hierarchy is described by its path name. We know that whenever user want to design that hierarchy, and that hierarchy is always mentioned through, that is known as path name, which is mentioned here like slash, and we can write a forward slash, and we can write another directories which is available or which is contains some specific relevant file, but that file must be recognized, must be selected to a specific path, but that path must be distinguished through that forward slash concept. So that here some elements of the path name are separated by a slash. We know that whenever user can have multiple number of files, and that multiple number of files must be accessed through that forward slash. And here a path name is always absolute in nature, so that if it is described in relation to root, thus absolute path names always begin with a forward slash symbol, and that forward slash symbol is always recognized as a path location. So that just we can have some examples here. Following are some examples of absolute file names written here. First of all, writing here forward slash, then we have one directory named as etc, then we have another subdirectory written as a password. That means in this way we are mentioning some file names. That means we want to access that file, that is known as a password file. In that moment that file must be mention a path, and that path must be recognized through that forward slash, and that forward slash helps to recognize or recreate that path name, so that the path name is always distinguished, always recognized through this forward slash concept. So here we are also using that forward slash. Users have a directory, then S Jones another directory, then we have another named as CHAM, means one chemist is another directory. Final we have a file name that is written as notes, and that notes is known as file, and that file contains some specific options in our system. Next we have another directory like DV. DV is known as a main directory or home directory. Next RDDSK. RDSK means another subdirectory which is mentioned here. Another file named as OS3, and that OS3 is known as one specific file which is available in our system. So that in this way we are specially making some file management which is very helps us, and inside that file management concept also we have a most important concept named as a directory management concept. Okay, so in this way we can mentioning here some specific options which is available in our system. Next we are going to discuss what is the real use of that absolute or relative file concept, about directory management concept here. So that here a path name can also be a relative to your current working directories, so that every relative path names never begin with, that is known as a forward slash. That means every relative path names never starting with forward slash, because you know that it is only used as an absolute file concept. So that here the relative to your user Amrod's home directory we have, and some path names might look like this, the like chem forward slash then nodes. That means it is known as a relative path names, but this is known as a one. Suppose we can say it is known as our, just we can say relative path concept. By using that relative path concept, we can access some relevant files which is available in a specific directory which is mentioned here. But in the previous slide we have, next we are going to discuss about, that is a new concept, that is known as how to listing some directories. Here we need to listing number of directories according to its requirement, which is mentioned here. That is known as to list the files in a directory. So you can use the following syntax here. If a user want to make some listing, that means we can use that ls command. That ls command helps to make some directories in a specific order or specific relevant informations here using like part. So that if a user make an example like you are using like forward slash then USR, and the USR is known as just one directory, home directory name, and that is known as a local, and that local is known as one specific directory which contains some specific files. In this file we have a command like ls, so that listing command is always used one specific folder, that is known as USR folder, and that USR folder contains some files. Inside that files we have some files like locals, and here mention some directories were mentioned here like x11 is the one directory. Inside that bin also we have some file that is known as GIMP, then GIX, then SBin is known as a subdirectory files which is present in our system. Next we are going to discuss how to create a directories. Especially you know that if a user want to create some directories, in that moment user must follow some procedure. First of all, we will now understand how to create a directories. If a user want to create some directories, that means we can take the command, and that command helps us through, that is known as mkdir command, and that mkdir command known as make directory command. That make directory command helps to create a directory, and that make directory name is always mentioned through a directory name concept, and that dir name helps to create a specific directory with a specific name. If a user want to write that name, according to that name user must to create that directory according to its requirement. So that here the directory is the absolute or relative path name of the directory you want to create it. We know that if a user want to create any type of directories, at that time of creation we must take the help of a command like mkdir command. That mkdir command is always helps to create a new directory in a specific file. But there is some problems we have in our directory concept, but in that moment we never create some directory according its requirement. If a user want to create more than one directory, we must to take the help of mkdir command. Without mkdir command we never create or generate more than one directories in our file management system. So that inside a file management system we have another concept like directory management concept also. So that directory management concept is always depends on user requirement. If a user is not interested to create more than one directories, that means there is no need to use that mkdir command multiple times. Only we can use cd command. According to that cd command we can easily create, we can easily enter into that directories which is available in our Unix management system. So that we are always preferred this kind of directory commands to manage our directory in our Unix operating system. Now we can focus on that slide. Here also we can use like a prompt. Here there is $sign is as a Unix prompt. That Unix prompt, then we can writing here mkdir command. That mkdir command is always helps to create a directory. Then we are writing your name, that is known as a directory name concept. If a user is not writing that name, then your directory is not created in our system. Next we are going to discuss how to manage that directory in our system. So that here to create a specific directory we must need to follow some concept. So that if a user want to create the directory, we must use like named as a mydir, means mydir is known as a one directory name, but that directory name must be used in our command That means without that command we never create a directory. That means without mkdir command we are unable to create any type of directory. Inside that mk directory we need to re-enter the nested directory which is named as test-dir. The test-dir is known as a nested directory concept which is available in our Unix system. In that moment we must write $prompt which is known as a Unix prompt, then we can write mkdir, then we can give a slash, then we can write a main directory name, then we can make a slash, then we can mention the real directory which directory user want to follow it. So that now we can focus on a slide. Here also we can mention here like that is known as a absolute path name, and that is known as absolute path name because we have in the home directory name starting with a forward slash. If that forward slash is not available, then that is known as a relative path name, but here that is known as a for absolute path name which is mentioned in this section. So that this command is always helps us to create a directory, and that is named as a test directory. That means if a user want to create a directory inside a main directory, in that moment we can write this kind of command structure. So that is known as a /temp is known as a main directory name, and here that make mkdir command helps to produce no output. We know that means we have successfully created directory. That means there is no any output is created. So that at the time of output generation we are mentioned some section here, but here we have some techniques also we can adding here, like here also if you give more than one directory on that command, that means you want to create more than one directory inside a single drive. In that moment user can use a command like mkdir, and that mkdir helps us to create a specific type of directory in our system. So that we can mention here using the Unix prompt that is known as a $sign, then we can write a command mkdir, then we are writing a space one directory name docs, then space, then we can write here pub. Pub is known as another directory. In that moment whenever user can press enter, in that moment we can create more than one directories in our system, Unix system. So that we need to create the directories like your docs and pub under the current directory system. So it is a general procedure through which we can mention some technique. So by using that mkdir command also we can help to compare between how to create a directory and how to enter into that directory. If a user want to enter into a specific exist directory, we can use a command like cd. If a user want to create a new directory, in that moment user can follow like mkdir command. If a user can follow like mkdir command, we never use any type of commands. That like if I prefer to mention some directory names in the form of like your absolute path name or relative path name, there is no problem. If a user always like to create a real path name, means relative path name, sometimes it will create some confusion at the time of system processing. Okay, so in this way we can compare in between our file management system or directory management system. Here we are going to discuss about only the directory management system, but that file management system is already discussed in your previous sections. We can visit or collect some information through our YouTube channels, so that in this section we are cover the first part of our directory management system. Okay, finally, thank you.